Okay, so now let's talk about how do we put our logo on our brackets and edit some of the HTML that we need. That way we can format our brackets and do what we want to there. Okay. So now from our tournament, I'm going to go to Setup. I'm going to go to my bracket types, and I'm going to add a few bracket types here. So I'm just going to go add my 8-man Russellback 3. We'll place 4. And I'll go add a 16-man as well. 16-man Russellback 3 place 4. And I'm going to add those brackets in. Okay. So now once I have these brackets in, I'm going to need my logo. So if I have a copy of my logo, I'm going to go to Setup Event Files. I'm going to add file. And from there, I'm just going to name it logo. And then I'm going to, wherever I have my logo on my computer, I'm going to upload that logo onto the site. All right. Once I have that logo there, I can click the eyeball. It's going to open up the logo for me. And then from there, I can copy that URL because we're going to need that inside of the bracket types. All right. So now that I have that, I'm going to go set up bracket types. I'm going to find the bracket type I want to do. I'm going to use the 16-man bracket. I'm going to click the pencil on it. First, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and open up a preview of that so you can see what it looks like. Then I'm going to come back. I'm going to edit the bracket type. And I'm going to go to my HTML. Now from here, this is where I can add it to the landscape template. I can add it to the default template, whatever I want. So we're going to add an HTML. I'm going to add it to the default template. Okay. I'm going to add it to, I can add it to a certain weight class if I want to. I can add it to a page. We're going to do it as the default bracket. On there, now here's where we do the HTML. So if I'm adding an image, it's just an HTML image tag, image source equals, and then we're going to paste in that URL that we just did from the website that we copied. Okay. From there, I could do a style equals, and I can have something of width, and I'll just say 200 pixels just to start with. Okay. And then I close that off. All right. And that's my image tag. So now I can say I want that on the top. I want it to be vertically aligned top, horizontally left to the left. We'll say that we want that to the right. And then I can do an offset, and we'll play with this a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a 20 offset here, and I'm going to give it a 10 offset vertical. Fonts, I want it to be in the background layer so that the bracket will lay over top of it. And then draw order is fine too, so we're just going to add that right there. Okay. So now I have my logo. It's on there. And if I go over here to my template, to my bracket again, and now I want to refresh, it'll be on my bracket. Okay. Now I can play with that a little bit and move it around however I want to. And I can even do some opacity things, some different things with it. So whatever you want to find on the web for HTML wise, what you want to do. But I can come in here and say I want to move that down a little bit. So let's move that down. Let's go horizontally. We're going to move it down 150. And then we'll say horizontally, I want it to be 50 over. Okay. So we'll save that. And this is just kind of a playing around, seeing where it is on there. And then you can see as I can move it around on the bracket. So I like that location. I just want to move it down a little bit. So now we're going to move it down. So I'm going to keep going down. So that's the vertical. All right. So from the vertical offset, I'm going to say I want it 200. Move it down 200. See what that looks like. And now I want to refresh. Boom. Right there, kind of in the center there. I could probably move it down a little more. Say 220. We'll go 220 on that. Boom. There we go. So now it's right there in the center where it needs to be. Okay. So you can use that to put your logo on your bracket anywhere on the bracket you want. Play with it how you want to put it on there and have that ready to go. I can also play with some opacity of it, what I want it to look like, all that kind of stuff as we go in here with some different types of scripting that we can do with CSS. But for now, we'll just leave it like that. And then you can play around with it however you want to put your logo on the brackets. But that's how you would put your logo on the brackets, using the bracket types and editing the HTML and adding an HTML to that, so that you can do that under the bracket types HTML tab, and then from there you can add those logos to your bracket.